hi guys. Oh, just checking if it was recording. Welcome to my second YouTube video. I want to thank everyone who went ahead and watched my first video, and yay, thank you. Okay, so if you follow me on Instagram at CoachBecky_OT, you know that I waited to write this video. I waited to film this video because I was sad this morning, and I figured out where it was coming from by doing what I call like walking meditation. So like it's like a form of meditation where you would just walk and like without my phone. So no phone, and I just kind of like talk to myself, and I like let myself actually think, and instead of just like looking at a screen, which we all do. I'm not saying that I don't ever look at screens. Hey, I'm doing it right now. But yeah, so anyways, that'll be something I'll talk about another time. Anyhow, so now I'm full of energy and also feel really great because I stopped by my sister's and I got to see my niece. She's so cute. Okay, so the topic of this video, which I will learn to say at the beginning of the video and not at this point, is a whole food plant-based diet and why I recommend it. And I'm going to try to keep this video short, PS. Okay, so I spoke about it in the first video that I said like it is like the least inflammatory diet, and so many illnesses come from inflammation. So some of the most inflammatory foods are dairy. Talked about this. That was like the first thing that I took out, and my like when I was going through this like my wellness journey, which I'm still on, and we're always on because it doesn't end. But in a good way, we just get healthier and everything comes together. Anyhow, okay, so, ooh, an ant. Okay, yes. Oh, I forgot I was going to mention this. So every time that I drink water, you guys drink water too. We're going to be like the hydration parties. Okay, so talking about inflammatory foods. Yes, so dairy, that's one of them. Dairy is a very inflammatory food. Another inflammatory food is animal protein. And a third is wheat. So dairy, meat, and wheat. Those are some of the foods that are, and fried foods, that are like the most inflammatory and can cause inflammation in the body and can stop us from doing the things that we love, being with the people that we love. And yes, so when I focus on wellness, I do, though it's so important to focus on how we speak to ourselves, and that's the biggest part of like real happiness, is like really loving yourself and speaking kindly to yourself, and not judging yourself. That's the biggest part, but it's so hard to focus on this when like we have brain fog and we're tired and we don't have enough energy to do even like start thinking about that because we're just like tired all the time. And I'm telling you that if like removing, like just starting like with dairy and wheat, and like I know it's really hard and we all have like emotional attachment to meat, like even myself included, because it's like cultural and stuff like that, you know, like it was so like I understand, because when I went plant-based, like the cultural foods that were so important to me, which were the Greek foods from my dad's side, that was so hard for me, like to think like, oh my god, I'm never gonna have like pastillo, I'm not gonna have spanakopita, like I was so like worried. But you know, the universe gave back to me, because there's actually a store on Saint Denis that has I'm getting distracted by that sound, as you guys can tell. So they sell like, it's an all vegan grocery store. It's called Herbivores, but they also have Greek food there, which is like amazing. And then I also heard about this place called Mouton Vert that also has Greek food. So like so my purpose of saying all this is that I understand like the cultural and emotional relation to it. So if that's not where you want to start, no problem. And again, this video is not to tell you what to be vegan. It's not. The video is to talk about the benefits of a whole food plant-based diet. Vegan is separate from whole food plant-based in the sense that it's a way of life. Like you don't use leather, and that's another part of. We'll talk about that another time. So whole food plant-based. So when I talk about this, when I say whole food, let me just make sure I'm on track. Yeah, so talking about taking things out. Yeah, so I really do recommend just starting with taking out dairy. Do one thing at a time just to monitor and really understand how your body is reacting. And I just realized another inflammatory food is sugar, which is really hard for me too to cut out, but especially processed sugar. So, okay, let's start. Where we're gonna start when we're gonna go towards our journey to a whole food plant-based diet. I would say, number one, start with one thing at a time so that you don't feel overwhelmed or like it's so far from like what you're used to doing that like you don't feel comfortable. Like let's do it comfortably. So like let's start with just dairy and like monitor how you feel, you know, like take note of it. Most people, well, pretty much everyone that I've helped remove dairy from their diet have said they have less gas, less bloating, they have better digestion. And after dairy, I would probably go to wheat. That would be the next one. And again, this you'll notice when you take out wheat, you'll have less like brain fogginess. You'll improve your memory because it affects your pineal gland. And yeah, so that would be the next thing that I would start with. That I would go to second. And then I would say processed sugar third. And then meat finally, because again, it's the emotional part that we all are attached to. Like I said, I understand. But, and you know what? I'm not going to talk about meat at all. I'm literally just going to, I'm literally just going to, for now, we're just going to talk about try removing dairy, then wheat, and then sugar. So the purpose of all of this is just to like improve your energy levels, improve your digestion, your skin. That's another thing. Like a lot of autoimmune disorders will come from inflammatory diets, like and food like from dairy. Like when I took out dairy, I had like at one point I had eczema and on my hands, and when I took out dairy, gone. But then I started eating more wheat, and I hadn't eaten wheat in a long time. Then when I ate the wheat, it comes out. Yes, so like there are some like I don't want to say superficial because like I mean it's just like on the outside, like when I say superficial, I mean like it's not like about what's going on the inside and how it's affecting your mood. I mean like it's what's going on the outside. So yeah, so there's benefits to that, but I understand that can take a toll on your like emotional health when you're like, let's say you have cystic acne or something like that. So yes, so I'm gonna cut it short because I'm like trying to see the time. Oh yeah, okay, I'm already at like 8 minutes. I said it was gonna be 10. So that's like an introduction to the benefits of a whole food plant-based diet, and in terms of like how I would go about getting there. And one last thing I'll say, the whole food plant-based diet does not include using oils regularly. Like here and there, no problem. So the purpose of not using oil is because oil is not a whole food. You've stripped it of its fiber, and the fiber helps to regulate your blood sugar levels and allows you to therefore metabolizing the fat more efficiently, and it doesn't just go straight into your bloodstream. You know, there's a little more work involved. Yes, and the more your body, like it's good work for your body, not hard work. So yeah, and using it in small amounts is okay. It's just not letting it be like for your salad dressing. I wouldn't recommend using oil. Like I do something like I mash an avocado and I use that as my dressing, or I use like a tahini, which is a sesame butter. So yes, I'm gonna cut it there, and I'll get more into whole food plant-based diet another time. If this video sparked your interest in it and you'd like to hear more about it, please leave me a comment in the comments below. And if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to hear more about whole food plant-based diet and wellness and just having more energy in general, please subscribe to my channel and press the little bell for notification so you can find out when I've posted a new video. Okay guys, send you all lots of love and